continue to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncer's gilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV. I'm in Glasgow, and you know, I'm always delighted to be with my good friend Billy Nelson. Billy, I've longed for the day that me and you are in opposite corners, and I got it. And the guy that I was coaching was your fighter, Martin Bakole against Nick Campbell. I mean, it was a draw. I'll take the draw. That means it's even.
Because I thought we won 3 rounds to 1 there. You know, anything to get one over you. I thought it was 3-1.
Well, Martin's got a big fight coming up. I told him to take the foot off the gas a little bit. Disappointment for Nicky Campbell not getting the fight tonight. But I tell you what, no better person than big Martin Bakole stepping in for an exhibition.
Well, you know, so many people said that they would fight, and somehow or other they never got an opponent. And it was on the off chance I said to Ian Wilson, I says, do you want me to ask Martin if we'll do an exhibition? Because it was very late in the day, you know what I mean? Otherwise, all the hard work that Nicky Campbell's put in over the weeks would have stood for nothing. And I said to Martin, I says, would you do a wee exhibition for us? He says, of course I'll do it, no problem whatsoever.
What a guy, what an absolute... He's a big gentle giant anyway, Martin. But staying on Nicky, obviously, since I said to him as well, since I've seen him with you and since I've seen him with Martin, I've been lucky enough to be in your gym and watch them spars, and then that exhibition as well, even the movement of Nicky, he's not upright, he's got a lateral movement now, he's trying to roll when he comes out of his shots as well, and as he lands a couple of shots, he's trying to roll out and step back a little bit rather than stepping out with his chin in the air, which, again, improvements which I've noticed as a coach, but you know, it's something that obviously that you've been working on.
Very much so. There was a lot, you know, he was doing some good things, but there was a lot of fundamental things that he needed to work on, you know, a lot of basic fundamental boxing things that he had to work on, and he's working on them, and he'll have to continue working on them and improve his skill sets.
Can we move on to the big man now? Obviously, there is going to be news dropping very, very soon, and we're looking forward to it. I know the news, but obviously you probably can't say anything right now, but it's going to be exciting news. It's probably a fight that you and Martin have been dreaming of, wanting for such a long time, and it might not be the big name or the name that you've been calling out, but still, it's going to get you there on a big stage, and it's going to put Martin where he belongs in everyone's mouth.
Oh, very much so. I think the contract, I've been told the contract will be me tomorrow, and then it'll be down to the promoters to announce the fight. But it's a fantastic platform against a very, very well-known name in Britain, ex-world title challenger. So we're training very hard to do a number on this guy, and I believe Martin Bakole will do a real number on this guy.
Obviously, we've spoke as well about these heavyweight titles, so they're being held for ransom with rematch clauses and this, that and the next thing, and obviously Martin Bakole's in that WBA sort of sanctioned bodies number 2 sitting in there, and obviously IFL, we've seen that they've now mandated or they've promoted Manuel Char to now the regular champion at the WBA. Where does Martin sit there?
Very highly.
So,
sorry?
Still high?
He's number 2. You know, as far as I'm led to believe, the resolution that they done was the winner of Char and Miller must fight the next highest ranked contender. Now, it doesn't take Einstein to work out that it's not going to be Wilder, because Wilder's going to chase the bigger money fight against Anthony Joshua, and quite rightly so. And then you've got Martin at number 2. So hopefully we come through the fight, our next fight, and then we possibly get the winner, Manuel Char against Miller, and Martin will destroy both of them.
Obviously, you've been singing Martin's praises for a long, long time now, and one name you've been calling out is Chisora, and I was lucky enough to be down in Newbank Smith, and I seen from the corner of my eye, when I was sitting, you were on the opposite side of the ring, and I seen you sitting in the middle of Chisora and Martin as they were having a conversation. And I seen your face looking at Chisora, looking at Martin, looking at Chisora, looking at Martin. Can you just elaborate on what was being said in that conversation for me?
Okay, it was a bit of fun, I think, with Derek. Derek said during the Fraser Clark Dave Allen fight, he says, you should fight the winner of this fight, Martin. And Martin says, well, what about fighting you? And there was a kind of deafening silence. And he came back and says, oh, there's no money in that fight for me. A lot of shite. There's a lot of money in that fight for him. I know for a fact Boxer would pay a lot of money for Chisora to come and fight Martin, but he's not interested. He's already shared the ring with him. He would not be interested one iota.
It's not an interesting fight, do you know what I mean? And Chisora's...
Interesting fight. Derek would get smashed by Martin. So it wouldn't go 5 rounds.
Okay, well, like I say, it's up to you to manoeuvre Martin. It seems like the manoeuvres are now getting put in place with the promoter and getting you these big fights. But the fight that I want to talk about, obviously, is Fury against Ngannou. I don't know how much you follow MMA, Billy, or how much you follow the UFC, if you're interested in it at all. But big Francis Ngannou, big man, big heavyweight power in his hands. The hardest hitter in the UFC history. It's been recorded some way, somehow. He hits like a Ford truck or something like that. Does he stand a chance against Tyson?
Mm-hmm. No chance. Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight on the planet just now. Skilled, super, fantastic skill set, fantastic. I've seen it firsthand. I've held the pads for him. I've done a bit of work with him down in Morecambe. He's a fantastic fighter. Granted, the man can punch, but you can't hit something if you don't hit it, and he won't hit it. He just won't hit it. And then he'll be in see after 2-3 rounds, it's a total different stratosphere that he's going to be in. He'll know he'll have experienced somebody still standing there in front of him and continually pounding him with a jab. Ask any fighter on the planet, there's nothing worse than getting hit with a jab continually. And that will happen to him. His energy levels will quickly go from here to here. And I'd imagine Tyson will stop him 3, 4, 5 rounds.
I mean, it is what it is. I think I'm confident in Tyson winning. I think a lot of fighters are, especially boxing men. We all know that Ngannou hasn't got that chance. But listen, I'm going to tune in because it's that unknown. It's that unknown. Mike Tyson's training Ngannou now, and Mike Tyson's teaching him the Mike Tyson way, which I saw in a couple of clips of, which would be interesting if he can pull that off.
What do you think a 6'6" guy, 6'7" guy can do what Mike Tyson could? Because the advantage Mike Tyson had at 5'10" was it was small, and he made himself even smaller and came over the top with hooks and body shots, blind. I call them the blind shots. The big guy can't see them coming. You don't train a 6'6" guy to roll the way Mike Tyson done. Same with Ricky Burns. He was very tall for his weight at super featherweight and lightweight. I didn't teach him to start rolling. He just slip and block, parry. That's what you do with the bigger guys, you know.
Definitely.
But listen, if you're getting the volume of money that Tyson Fury's getting to fight somebody that's not at a professional bout, you bite the arm off him, don't you? If somebody offered me that for Martin, would walk to Saudi Arabia to get that money, wouldn't you?
Definitely. Listen, I'd walk to Saudi Arabia as well.
Ultimately, Tyson Fury's a family man, and he's just make money for his family, supporting his family.
For generations, it seems, for generations.
Why wouldn't you? Any father would, so good on him.
Definitely. Well, Billy, one more from me then. You got anything else you would like to tell me, or will we wait till I come and see you in the gym next week?
Well, I've got big Sultan Zubrek's coming back from Kazakhstan shortly. Lewis Crocker's just got some good news yesterday. Once he returns for Belfast, we'll be getting straight into the training with him. And I'm also training another guy that will announce that shortly. I've been training him for 4 or 5 weeks, but he's a high class individual who's going to step up in weight and I hope do some serious damage.
Well, I know who that is, and like I said to you, I'll see you next week when I get the Martin Bakole news, and you can announce that fighter to me as well.
No bother.
Billy, like I said to you, I've always dreamed about being the opposite corner of you. I'm pissed off I didn't get the win, but listen, next time I will. That's a promise.
It's concerning that I'm in your dreams, Andy.
My nightmares, man. You're in my nightmares, trust me.
I'm very concerned, mate, but we'll talk about that off camera.
Right, Billy, thanks very much, mate. I'll see you soon, my man. Thank you.
To not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.